All the reasons to be bullish right now. I know you don't want to hear this. I know this is not the time. Kale, talk about how bearish you are. I know you don't want to hear it, but what if? What if this is the bottom? What if Bitcoin actually goes up from here? I know it sounds crazy in this moment, but these reasons are going to surprise you. I'm going to go through every single reason that you could possibly, I don't know, be bullish right now. Okay, I have an amazing show planned for you. I literally have, I don't know, 15 reasons here I'm going to go through in the next, I don't know, 5 minutes. Okay, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But first, before we get started, I need you to do one thing. Smash the like button on this video, not on Chamath's face, on my face. Come on, baby. Smash the like button. Share this with one person who needs to make some more money, because I promise you this is the time to focus. Everyone else is quitting crypto, but if you focus right now, this is when you can have the most success. So did you do it? Did you smash the like button? Thank you. And one quick housekeeping thing, guys. It's Black Friday this week. It's Thanksgiving. I hope you're going to have fun with your families. I created a quick 20 video course. It's called The Orange Pill. It is about why you should care about Bitcoin, especially right now. This would be a great gift for Christmas, for whatever. Why you should care about Bitcoin and why it's actually important as fast as possible. This will get you up to speed so fast, and you'll have conviction in your investment. And then also, more importantly, I show you how to actually store this stuff. Okay, there's like 10 videos here. This is how to store your crypto off exchanges so it can never be stolen from you. It's a method I've never seen anyone use before. It's my own personal method. It's very, very secure and very, very easy to understand. I think you will really like it. So I've actually lowered the price to 10 bucks. 10 bucks one time, literally. Just pay me 10 bucks and you can check this out. I'm really just basically giving this away for free because I think people need to know this at this time. Like, I really do think that if you don't understand Bitcoin right now, you're going to miss out on a lot. I mean, it's a lot better. Don't you think it's a lot better to be buying down here, right? When everyone is scared out of their mind, than when everyone was buying monkey pictures for $20 million up here, right? I think it's a lot better time to be buying Bitcoin for the long term, and a lot better time to be learning why you should be caring about this and how to store it properly, right? So go buy the course. It's 10 bucks, okay? I'm only going to keep it 10 bucks for like a week or two because of Black Friday. So go buy it for 10 bucks. The link is below. All right, let's get on with it. Reason number one why to be bullish in this market, this one. Biden is right to pivot toward diplomacy in the Russia-Ukraine war. So this is from a very left-leaning publication that is totally liberal, MSNBC. So these guys, MSNBC, throughout this entire thing with Russia and Ukraine, they've been saying, "Hey, we should go fight. We should bomb the shit out of them. We should go for it." But now they're saying that Biden is doing the right thing by going toward diplomacy. So even when you have the left, when you have the far left, these liberal losers who just want to ruin everything, when they are saying that we should, actually negotiate and end this war, that means to me that this war is probably closer to over than it is to the beginning. Okay, so I don't know when it's going to end, but I think in 2023 it probably will end. And when it ends, markets are going to rally. I think that is a perfect recipe for Bitcoin to 30,000. I'm not really worried about Bitcoin to 50K at this point, guys. I think we have a lot of work to do. I think that probably doesn't come for 2-3 years. But could we get, I know it sounds crazy. I know, Bitcoin 16,000, everyone's depressed. That's what kind of happens at the bottom though, right? People get depressed. Could we get a Bitcoin rally up to $30,000? Of course we could. It doesn't even look that crazy on this chart. Like over the next few months, this is actually what I expect, okay? This is about March or April, okay? So March or April, I really do expect at some point Bitcoin to come back up here to $30,000. I know I've been calling for this for a long time, but you guys have to remember that without this FTX thing that just happened last week, we probably would be here already. We probably would, because stock markets rallied like crazy. If you look at the stock market, ever since I was right about the CPI data. Okay, the other day I told you guys CPI data was going to be huge. This should be a little bit bigger. Let me make it bigger. Hold on, this is an important chart. Okay, this is the stock market. Look at this. So ever since that CPI data, I told you guys that we were going to rally hard on that CPI data right here, and we did. Okay, we rallied super, super hard. I actually think it was more like back here. It's actually back here. So we've had a massive rally in the stock market. And if it wasn't for this FTX thing, we would have already been at $30,000 Bitcoin, or at least close. Okay, so saying that we could rally to $30,000 is not that crazy, especially when you zoom out. Like, look at this chart. It doesn't look that crazy. It wouldn't even be that weird on this chart. It would look pretty normal. Okay, so by March and April, all of these things that I'm saying right here, I think we could get a 2x. We could at least get a 2, and this is a 2x, guys. Bitcoin is 16,000 right now. That's why you got to get excited. That's why I made this course, right? Because, like, seriously, a 2x from 16,000, pretty much a 2x to 30,000 is very possible. People don't think it's possible, which is why it's possible. And it could happen in the next 3 months, and here's all the reasons why. Okay, that's what this video is about. If you're liking this, please smash the like button, okay? So that first reason is that I think the war could end, and that if we get the war ending, markets are going to be euphoric. That will probably send Bitcoin to $30,000 all by itself. The next thing is this. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest scoops another 1.4 million of Grayscale Bitcoin trusts. So this is a little bit more convoluted, but basically everyone's been worried about Grayscale going bankrupt. Grayscale has this investment arm called Genesis that is kind of under pressure right now. And everyone's worried about Grayscale because they are one of the largest holders. Grayscale is one of the largest holders of Bitcoin on the planet. Okay, and so if they go belly up like FTX, I mean, Bitcoin's going to go to literal zero. Okay, so that's what's keeping the market down right now, is that fear. However, you have someone who's very smart. I know people make fun of Cathie Wood, but that's a smart lady right there. Okay, and she is buying this dip. Literally, she is investing in Grayscale right now because I think she probably has inside information. She's good friends with Barry Seibert, who owns Grayscale. She's investing while everyone else is scared. So I think this is essentially means that Grayscale is going to be okay. And when Grayscale is okay, I promise you, Bitcoin is going to rally. Okay, so that's a big one right there. So that's number 2. Number 3 is this. Crypto entrepreneur Justin Sun eyes FTX assets. Okay, so I will say, disclaimer, this guy liked attention. I think he's probably just doing this for attention. But if he is able to give any sort of resolution, any sort of money to the people that were harmed by FTX. I mean, he is very rich. This is a very rich dude, but he does like attention. So I don't know if he's doing this for real or not. But if he does give any sort of relief to the people that have been affected by FTX, you better believe that Bitcoin is going to head up toward this level. Okay, so that would be humongous. That was news that just dropped this morning. The next one, and again, if you get value from this, please smash the like button. Please check out the course. Sorry, I'm just going to reiterate. Okay. This one, CZ, the owner of Binance, remember the guy who caused this entire thing by pointing out, remember this entire massive dump from here, from 22,000 all the way down to 16,000? That was caused by CZ pointing out that FTX was bankrupt, right? CZ owns Binance, it's this guy right here. He owns the biggest crypto exchange on the planet, Binance, okay? And he is meeting with investors in Abu Dhabi, these rich Arabs, last week in an effort to raise cash for a crypto industry recovery fund. A crypto industry recovery fund. That has a good ring to it. I don't know much about marketing, but what do we need right now? We need a crypto recovery. I would love to see a crypto recovery by March to April to $30,000 Bitcoin, right? This would literally be labeled as a crypto recovery, wouldn't it? If this happened, that's probably what they would call it, a crypto recovery. It wouldn't be a new all-time high. It wouldn't be anything crazy. See, look how far away the all-time high is still. If this played out on the chart and the chart looked like this, imagine that this orange line comes to be. It wouldn't even look that crazy. This would just be a crypto recovery, okay? And I think that's what CZ is trying to do here by getting investors in Abu Dhabi. And I think that the people in Abu Dhabi understand that crypto is going to be big. Like there's a lot of adoption over there in the Middle East. So I do think that this could turn into something that would be very, very bullish for the markets. The next one is what I talked about yesterday. CPI, guys. The CPI prints come out. The next one is in December. It is released on December 13th, then January 12th, then February 14th, then March 14th, okay? And if you go watch my video from yesterday, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But I talk about, this is the one thing I talked about yesterday. This is more important than FTX and Luna combined. I talk about how the data is skewed towards CPI dropping like a rock. And remember, guys, if CPI drops like a rock, okay, we have CPI down like a rock in January, February, probably not in December. I talked about this. Go watch yesterday's video. But if CPI goes down, we're going to go up. And I really expect the prints to drop like a rock in January, February, and March. Okay, because of the data I said yesterday in this video, CPI is going to drop heavily in those months, which is why I'm looking for Bitcoin to head back up to, I don't know, the $30,000 level sometime in March and April. That's the biggest reason. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, the next one, Santa Claus rally. Okay, a Santa Claus rally describes a sustained increase in the stock market that occurs in the week leading up to December 25th. This is a huge thing. This happens every year. I don't know what it is. I think it's that instead of like all the girls go out shopping, right? They go buying gifts for their families, and guess what the men do? They buy stocks. I don't know why, but that is a thing. Okay, so this is very, very regular, and it always happens. So if we do get a Santa Claus rally this year and stocks rally, Bitcoin should follow. We should probably get over some of this fear of FTX. Some of this Grayscale stuff will get resolved, right? And once that happens, it probably will it will follow the stock market again, and that could be very, very bullish for Bitcoin. Okay, the next one. Raoul Pal, one of the best macro people in this space. Yes, it's a recession, but it won't be anywhere near as bad or as long as everyone thinks. the big macro imbalances necessary to trigger a repeat of the great financial crisis in 2008 just aren't there. Here are the 5 charts that we have our eyes on. So if you go read this article, I'm not going to take the time right now, but it's on Raul's page. He basically lays out that he doesn't think this recession is going to be very long. And I was thinking about this. I was like, man, everyone expects 2023 to be a repeat of 2022. But in reality, I don't think that's the case. Like, let's mark out 2022. Okay, this was the start of 2022 right here. So basically, we had one kind of rally, not really, and basically it's been straight down for the entire year of 2022, straight down. Okay, so if you're just a logical thinker, right? You're just someone who's like thinking about this logically. It's probably going to happen that at some point in 2023 we're going to have some mean reversion. You know what mean reversion is? Mean reversion means that the average price of Bitcoin over the past, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years has been somewhere up here, right? It's been somewhere above, wow, that was a horrible line. It's been somewhere above 30K. Okay, this has been like the average price for the past 2 years. And then we had an entire year, right? 2022, this is 2022, of straight down. Can you see this? I know it's messy. So what I expect in 2022 is not more of the same. There's really nowhere left to go. What are we going to go to? 0? I don't think so. I think we're going to have some mean reversion. The bears are going to get tired. We're going to have some mean reversion, and the price is going to move back up to $30,000, guys. And that's similar to what Raul was saying, but basically just overall that the recession won't last as long as people think, and I agree with that. And then you also have people like Chamath, who's one of the smartest billionaires in the world, and if you go on the All In podcast, he's been talking about how he thinks that markets will bottom in December and 2023 will be much better than 2022. This guy's smart, dude. This guy manages trillions of dollars. I don't know if it's trillions, but hundreds of billions of dollars of people's money. He's a smart dude. So when you have Raul, you have Chamath saying we're going to bottom soon. And then the last thing, guys, the last one, and smash the like button because I feel like this video is giving you a ton of value, guys. Come on, smash it for me, okay? I've seen so many signals of a bottom. It's unbelievable. Like, I know, everyone's calling the bottom. Stop calling the bottom. You've been calling the bottom forever. But let's be real. Let's just be very clear, okay? If we hadn't had this FTX thing happen, we'd already be at 30K, okay? We'd already be here. Instead, we had this little dip here. You can barely see it if you zoom out, which is kind of funny. Everyone's panicking. This is what we're panicking about. You see this little dip? You can't even see it. Over the next few months, I expect it to go back up to where it's just going to take a little bit longer. It's going to take a little bit longer to get to the same exact place as we were at, okay? And the reason for that, the reason I think the bottom is close or already in is just there's so many factors. Like if I do a poll, like I get 832 votes on my poll. That's a lot of people. At what price would you go all in on ETH? Comment below. Now, only 11%. $900, 9%. $750, 21%. $500, 57% of people said they would not go all in on Ethereum until $500. You know what that tells me? No offense to everyone who follows my Twitter, but these are just normal people. They don't understand. They actually think there's a chance of it going to $500. That's just not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. There's too much adoption. ETH is too valuable. It's not going to go to $500. Okay, like seriously, ETH is eventually going to go to $10,000 if you go to the daily chart on ETH. Okay, I'm just telling you the big investors are not going to let this happen. I'll show you why, okay? So you have ETH right here, right? Its all-time high is what, 4,800 up here. And eventually everyone knows, based on adoption, based on the usage of the network, based on the fact that it's the #2 cryptocurrency in the world, ETH at some point over the next 4 to 5 years is going to $10,000. It is going to 10K, okay? And so that is going to be a 10X from current prices, 10X. That's already way too good. If we go down to $500 and then we go up to $100,000, that's a 20X. This is a $200 billion asset, okay? You do not simply get a 20X on a $200 billion asset. I'm sorry, that does not happen, okay? It's too big, it's too well known. This is not going to $500, but you have all of the people on my Twitter saying it's going to $500. That's how you know the bottom is closer in, guys. The bottom's already in. All right, Will Clemente. Mark Cuban is unfollowing all of the crypto accounts that he's ever followed. This is stuff that happens at bottoms. People get pissed off. They unfollow everything. They just quit crypto. And now Mark Cuban is the biggest example right now. What an idiot, right? Another one. How do you see a headline like this and not buy? This was an actual article in a paper. Crypto's downfall, and it's a picture of an asteroid strike on the Earth. They're saying that this is the end of crypto. Crypto's done in The Economist. When you see articles like this, historically, they have called crypto dead. They have called Bitcoin dead thousands of times. Not thousands of times, but I mean a ton of times. And every single time, what happens? We go back up. Okay, so the bottom is close. I mean, I can't, how many signals do we need? This is a great tweet. At $4,800 ETH, we're going to be so rich. At $3,500, this is a healthy dip. 2,000, there's always next cycle. 1,100, I should sell here and buy back lower. What? This is my entire timeline. This is everyone I see on Twitter. This is what people's psychology is right now. And I'll tell you one thing. I've been in crypto long enough to see that when people's psychology gets this bad, that's when we bottom. Okay, so I don't know if it's today, it's tomorrow, it's next week, but I know that we're going to $10,000 ETH. I know that we're going to $100,000 Bitcoin, but we're definitely going to $30,000 Bitcoin sooner than people think. Okay, so that's my target. That's what I'm looking for. What do you need to do right now? Seriously, go pay 10 bucks for this and watch it. If you hate it, I'll give you your money back. 100% money back guarantee. Go check it out. I'm going to show you why Bitcoin's important, and you could teach someone else so that they don't miss out on this opportunity either, right? And then I'll show you how to store it so you don't lose it like an FTX disaster. Okay, I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Peace.